YouTube? It's your boy Dgotsauce back with another live stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really do appreciate y'all viewership. This is episode 1 of season 3. This is the first episode we have done this year, this season, and I've been very busy the last couple of years. Not years, sorry. The last couple of months. Just trying to get my things in order, outside of the internet. And I took a little break. I did. I took a little break. But I'm back now. Back now and better than ever. I'm more ready to go. I'm more determined than ever to get out this content, and not only to get out the content, but just to be in my purpose, man. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot has changed over the past couple of months. My attitude, my mentality towards certain things, and along the way y'all will get to understand. Along the way y'all will get to really rock with me if y'all do. I thank you guys, man, because I've been away for about 100 days, real talk, and y'all still come in and support and show love. Sometimes y'all ask where I'm at and how I've been, and I can't be more thankful for the community that the little community that we have right here. It's not even much, but I can't be more thankful, and for sure I'm excited for what is in store for this year, man. Hit that like button for your boy. Hit that like button for your boy, man. We got so much stuff to talk about. I'm not gonna be on here long today, of course. I'm about to be like maybe a smooth hour. I'm gonna have a couple of topics that I gotta get off my chest. But let me know how y'all been, man. If y'all are tuned in, man, let me know how y'all been, how y'all doing in the chat, and what y'all been up to this year. It's been a wonderful year for me, I'll be honest. This year is one of the best years I've ever had. I feel like outside of like outside of like the negative stuff that's going on in the world, man, like we really are locked in, we really are focused, and we really are accomplishing a lot, man. This world. I hope that for everybody. I really do. I hope that everybody is accomplishing their goals, everybody's accomplishing their dreams, and pushing towards a successful story. 'Cause it's your story at the end of the day. Nobody else is gonna write it for you. Nobody else is gonna live it for you. You gotta be the one to be out here doing what you gotta do to, be the best version of yourself. So I'm really looking forward to this year, man. I'm really looking forward to see what this year is gonna bring, and what is to come. But again, man, thank you guys for tuning in, man. Let me know where y'all from. Let me know how y'all doing, how y'all been. I know we haven't been on here for a while, but we back, man. We are so back. Even though we in a war and a lot is going on right now, we still, we still active. We still active. We still getting to it. Um, yeah, let's get into this though, man. We clearly we in World War III, man. Clearly we are in World War III, and stuff is just going crazy right now. Be honest with you, right? If y'all been here before, y'all know me, y'all know my channel, y'all know who I voted for. I voted for Trump. I voted for Trump, and you know, as much as I want to say he's doing a great job, I don't think he's doing a terrible job, but just some things I disagree with. And I gotta be honest with you. I gotta be honest with the people. I gotta be honest with myself. Some things I do disagree with. You know, like I don't want to see people getting dragged out of their houses and put in the streets and being forced out of cars and being shot. I don't want to see a lot of this stuff. I'll be honest, bro. I'll be honest. I don't want to see little kids getting blown up, hundreds and thousands of miles away on the other side of the earth. I don't want to see that stuff. I'll be honest. But we are here now. We're here now, and this is what we have to deal with for the next couple of years. Some of the things that he's doing, obviously, I think is fine. Like he's doing his thing with the economy, he's doing his thing with the stock market. But man, it's a lot of chaos out here at the same time. It's a lot of chaos. Let me know how y'all feel about it, because it's just so much going on.
We're coming to you with breaking news.
There's just so much going on. But we're gonna get into what Trump is talking about here. Apparently he got some updates for us, the people, that he would like us to hear about this war that he says Iran started. Let's tune into the video, see what's going on out here in these
President
streets.
Trump right now speaking live from the White House about Iran. Take a listen.
Too many to introduce. A lot of them are political champions, and we don't care about them today, right? Right, Duffy?
See what's going on here, man.
But we have, most importantly, wonderful people that love our country. And before we begin, I think I will say a few words about
Hit that
what's
like
going
button
on
for your
with
boy, man. Let me know
respect
y'all
to our
thoughts down
operation
below. Thank you guys
in
for tuning in again, bro.
the country of Iran. The United States military, together with the wonderful Israeli partners, continues to totally demolish the enemy far ahead of schedule and at levels that people have never seen before, actually. We're destroying more of Iran's missiles and drone capability every single hour, knocking them out like nobody thought was possible. As soon as they set off a missile, within 4 minutes, the launcher gets hit. They don't know what's happening. But we have the greatest military anywhere in the world. Their Navy is gone. 24 ships in 3 days. That's a lot of ships. Their anti-aircraft weapons are gone. So they have no air force. They have no air defense. All of their airplanes are gone. Their communications are gone. Missiles are gone. Launches are gone. About 60% and 64%, respectively.
Oh, wow, the
Other
soccer
than that,
team
they're
is
doing quite
behind.
well.
A different
I said,
person.
what's left? But they're tough, and they want to fight. And they're calling. They're saying, how do we make a deal? I said, you're being a little bit late, and we want to fight now more than they do. We've had 47 years, depending on the way you count it, but 47 years of horror with this group. And, when you see somebody walking down the street without their legs, without the arms, whose face is so badly affected and hurt, it mostly came from 95% Soleimani and Iran, and we, other presidents, lived with it. I didn't live with it. And so our people are doing a great job. Again, the greatest military anyone's seen. Thank you. Thank you very much. And yesterday, my administration announced decisive action to help keep down the oil prices, including offering political risk insurance for
I wish I
tankers
knew what you was saying, but I don't speak that
transiting
language.
into the Gulf, as you know, pretty dangerous territory. Further action to reduce pressure on oil is imminent, and the oil seems to have pretty much stabilized. We had it very low, but I had to take this little detour, if it's okay with everybody. Scott, it's okay with you?
He's been
Scott,
doing a
someone
lot
has to
this
put up
year. I
with it. He
can't
said,
lie.
you have to do
He's
this
been
now? I
doing
said, I have to do
a
it, Scott,
whole
right?
lot.
But it's been very
Stuff that
strong, and
people
everybody,
expected
including
and stuff
Scott,
that
everybody
people didn't
feels
really expect.
we had really no choice. They were gonna hit us. if
Y'all
we
let me
didn't
know
hit them,
how y'all
'cause
think
they're
he's
crazy.
doing. I'd really like
And
to
in the
know.
long term, the actions we're taking will dramatically increase the stability of the region and oil prices and stock markets and everything else. We set the all-time record in history with the Dow going to 50,000. So Dow is at
Told you the stock market is
50,000. It
booming.
was
I
supposed
can't
to
lie.
be maybe,
We all knew
if
that
we
was
were
going to
lucky,
happen.
within by the end of my presidency in 4 years. And we did it in my first year. We did the S&P 500. We did that in a period of less than a year. And that was even tougher than the Dow, they said, so it wasn't going to happen. But we have a great country. We have a country that's never done this well. We've had tremendous success in so many different ways. I built the military and rebuilt it in my first term, and we're using it more than I'd like to use it, to be honest with you. But when we used it, we found out it certainly did work. When we look at Venezuela,
That like button for
when
your
we look
boy,
at the
man.
first attack, Midnight Hammer, in
Appreciate
Iran,
y'all
which
for
we set
tuning
the
in.
stage for what we're doing right now. It's been pretty amazing. And I'm once again calling on all members of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, the military, and the police to lay down their arms. They're only going to be killed. And now is the time to stand up for the Iranian people and help take back your country. You're going to have a chance after all these years to take back your country. Accept immunity. We'll give you immunity. And we'll be giving you really the right side of history, because that's what it is. So you'll be perfectly safe with total immunity, or you'll face absolutely guaranteed death. And I don't want to see that. They don't want to see it either. We also urge Iranian.
It's kind of like you can't be too upset about what he's trying to do, because a lot of people are for this. Even people that are in Iran are for this. And there's obviously a lot of people that are against this too. It's like you can't please both sides ever. Ever. You can't please everybody ever. But a lot of people felt some type of way about this regime that's in Iran, and from day one, Trump said he's going to deal with it. From day one. And he did what he said he was going to do. Now he has a huge target on his back, though. That's the only thing that's really going to, not the only thing, but that's a big thing that's going to, we're going to have to watch out for the next coming days, weeks, and months. He's going to have a lot of targets on his back, and we'll see what happens with that. I'm hoping, obviously, that this does not touch American soil. As long as it doesn't touch American soil, it doesn't really feel still like we at war. I'll be honest with you. It don't feel like it. It's not affecting America as much as it is affecting Israel, as much as it's affecting Dubai, Saudi Arabia, all these Middle Eastern countries. It's not affecting us like it's affecting them. But as soon as it hits American soil, that's when we out of luck. And that's when it's going to get real dangerous.
Diplomats around the world to request asylum and to help us shape a new
We'll see.
better Iran with
We will
great
see.
potential. It's a country with great potential. It's much better future for Iran. It's now beginning. It's going to be, I think, a great future. And the United States will ensure that whoever leads the country next, Iran will not threaten America or its neighbors, Israel, anybody. If you look at what happened, they had missiles aimed at all of these other countries, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE, many others, that weren't really involved very much. And they had missiles aimed, well, they were aimed there long before this ever started. They were going after the entire Middle East. And then we came along. We blew up their party. So we have phenomenal people. I want to thank all of the people that have been involved. Marco, you've been doing a fantastic job. And you've been doing a fantastic job on a place called Cuba. Right? And A-Rod came in before. I said, hey, do you want to come up to a little award? He's gone to plenty of award ceremonies. Thank you, A-Rod. Big fan. But what's happening with Cuba is amazing. And we think that we want to finish this one first, but that will be just a question of time before you and a lot of unbelievable people are going to be going back to Cuba. Hopefully not to stay.
Is he not proven?
We want you back, and we don't want to lose you.
Military in America.
We don't want to
is
make it so
number
nice
one.
that they stay.
I
But
think
some
he's
people
proven it.
probably do want to stay. They love Cuba so much. I hear it all the time. That was another one that wasn't supposed to happen. Venezuela is going great. It's been stabilized. We have a wonderful person as your president-elect, Delcy Rodriguez, and she and her staff have been doing a fantastic job working with us. We're taking out hundreds of millions of barrels of oil, and it's going to Houston and various other places where it's being refined, and We're sending them back far more money than they've made in many years, and actually, very shortly, it'll be more money than they've ever made. And Venezuela is working. So we've had a lot of countries in places that truly love. You would say football, I would say soccer, but these are all countries that love football/soccer, and so I think the group likes it. And if you'd like, you could sit. I know I'm a very exciting speaker, but you can sit down if you'd like, okay? I'm looking at everybody standing. I'm saying, let's sit down. Because we're here to honor these great champions, and we want to.
All right, you were just listening to President Trump there at the White House. This was a ceremony for Inter Miami CF, the MLS team there, behind President Trump as he's addressing the audience there and reporters. But obviously, news of day being about Iran, the president really kind of giving an update on this mission, this joint mission between U.S. and Israeli forces against Iran there at the White House. And I want to bring in our senior national policy reporter, Ann Flaherty, who was listening in. And the president really touting success here. At one point, he had said that Iran is tough. They want to fight, but now they want to talk. And you know, for him, it's a little too late. But touting the success, 24 ships, he says that they destroyed in 2 days, and almost all of their anti-aircraft resources decimated. The president really steering the narrative here, talking about the success of this campaign.
Who's worse, though?
Yeah, that's right, Alex. I mean, he really gave details there. He talked about 60% of missile and missile launchers being destroyed. He talked about ballistic missiles. As soon as they are fired, within 4 seconds, they're destroyed by the U.S. military. He's, as you mentioned, that 24 ships gone from the Iranian Navy in just 3 days. He says they have no air defenses left. So he said, quote, this is really far ahead of schedule. Now, I don't think anybody questions the might of the U.S. military and their capabilities to take out many of these targets. We've seen, for example, B-1 and B-2 bombers in recent days, really destroying some of those hardened targets under the ground. But, of course, the question is what happens next? And, you know, he has been reluctant to talk about it. We heard that he just got on the phone with John Carl, one of our correspondents, and he told him, you know, I don't want to talk about, forget next. He says what we're doing now is great. It's working. He just wants to focus on that.
Well, and
I think that we're going to see a lot more bombings. I think we're going to see a lot more death. This thing is not going to end like Russia's not going to end. They're going to go out with a fight. What I've heard recently is that the next leader is going to be the guy's son. So it's not even like stuff is really going to change that much with this situation. But let me know y'all thoughts about this down in the comments below. I'd really like to know y'all thoughts. Very, very sad what's going on. Obviously, we don't want this war to be happening. We don't want wars to be happening all over the world. But, of course, we don't have a choice at this point in time because everybody's fighting with everybody. Everybody wants something from someone, whether it's land, whether it's money, whether it's power. They want something. Everybody wants something. And they're willing to die over it.
Christy Nome did an.
They're literally willing to die over it.
Thank you. I would now like to invite Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy and Assistant to the President.
I'm gonna watch another video of what Pete Hegseth has said. A little bit of what he had said during his quick briefment on.
Well, good afternoon.
Let me just pull it up real. Quick. And we here. And we back.
Well, good afternoon. I'm honored to stand right here today alongside one of America's finest, Admiral Brad Cooper, Commander of U.S. Central Command. We just had a chance to spend a couple of hours together, better part of 2 hours, going through the entirety of this operation, Operation Epic Fury. And Admiral, I want to thank you for everything you do and your incredible leadership, for your dynamic thinking, the way you're attacking this problem set on every level. In just days of Operation Epic Fury, you and your team have delivered nothing short of devastating, precise strikes, taking out the better part of Iran's navy, making it combat ineffective, neutralizing missile sites and launchers, and establishing total dominance over the skies we fly over and seas we fly over. Our forces are executing with unmatched skill, and the mission is advancing decisively. This is the kind of no-nonsense, results-driven warfighting that America demands. And you're delivering it in spades. You are the man for this moment. Admiral Cooper, on behalf of the President, the Department of War, and every American watching, I want to thank you for the outstanding job you and CENTCOM are doing. Keep pressing the fight, and we are with you all the way. A few thoughts before I hand it over to the Admiral for an update. Iran is hoping that we cannot sustain this, which is a really bad miscalculation for the IRGC in Iran. You see, there's no shortage of American will here. We remember and honor our fallen, those 6 that we will soon welcome at Dover, who gave everything for their country in this mission. We remember them. But we remember them by rededicating ourselves even more fervently to this mission. Our commitment to our mission objectives only increases as our advantages continue to increase.
In other words, more people going
We've got no shortage of munitions. Our stockpiles of defensive and offensive weapons allow us to sustain this campaign as long as we need to. Again, our munition status only increases as our advantage increases. Our capabilities, we have only just begun to fight, and fight decisively. Having a chance to hear from Admiral Cooper. If you think you've seen something, just wait. The amount of combat power that's still flowing, that's still coming, that will be able to project over Iran is a multiples of what it currently is right now when you add up our capabilities and those of the Israeli Defense Forces. And we have no shortage of authorities. The Admiral knows we have clear objectives with maximum authorities on the battlefield. The dumb, politically correct wars of the past were the opposite of what we're doing here. They had vague objectives with restrictive, minimalist rules of engagement. No more. Our authorities, his authorities, CENTCOM's authorities through the President and myself are maxed out. Our capabilities are overwhelming and gathering still, as are those of our Israeli partners. Our munitions are full up, and our will is ironclad, which means our timeline is ours and ours alone to control. As long as it takes to ensure the United States of America achieves these objectives. And as we flow more forces, and as we flow more capabilities, and as our munitions, as we're flying over the top, have even more devastating effects, we set the tempo, we set the timeline, led by the commander on the ground. Our ear is to the ground to listen to Admiral Cooper. What he needs and what he needs, he will get. We are built for this fight, and we are in it to win it. And we have the right commander in the lead. So I'll now hand it over to Admiral Brad Cooper to give you an update right here from CENTCOM. Admiral.
Mr. Secretary, first, thank you very much and good afternoon, and welcome to U.S. Central Command Headquarters, America's warfighting headquarters. It's great to be here alongside the Secretary and representing the more than 50,000 men and women in uniform currently executing Operation Epic Fury. So, Mr. Secretary, first, thank you very much for your leadership and support and the very clear vision and objectives that you've given us to allow us to use overwhelming force against the Iranian terrorist regime. And thanks to all of you for attending today, and welcome to Tampa. We are now starting our 6th day of a historic mission to eliminate Iran's ability to threaten Americans. We are, if I could channel my inner Navy officer, we are at full speed ahead in executing orders given by leadership in Washington. The President and Secretary Hegseth have been crystal clear in their expectations, and we are at a high level of execution. As described by the Secretary and earlier this week by me, U.S. combat power is building as Iranian combat power declines. Our air dominance allows us to hit Iran's center of gravity with overwhelming power and reach. A couple of examples. In just the last 72 hours, America's bomber force has struck nearly 200 targets deep inside of Iran, including around Tehran. And in just the last hour, U.S. B-2 bombers dropped dozens of 2,000-pound penetrator bombs targeting deeply buried ballistic missile launchers. Notably, we've also struck Iran's equivalent of Space Command, which degrades their ability to threaten Americans. Then, if I just look back over the last 24 hours of the operation compared to where we were at start, ballistic missile attacks have decreased by 90% since day one. Drone attacks have decreased by 83% since day one. Having said this, we remain vigilant. Our strikes against the Iranian Navy have intensified. You may have heard the president say just a little while ago that we have sunk or destroyed 24 ships. That was true at the moment. We're now up over 30 ships. And in just the last few hours, we hit an Iranian drone carrier ship, roughly the size of a World War II aircraft carrier. And as we speak, it's on fire. The president gave us another task, to raise or level Iran's ballistic missile industrial base. So we're not just hitting what they have, we're destroying their ability to rebuild. And so as we transition to the next phase of this operation, we will systemically dismantle Iran's missile production capability for the future, and that's absolutely in progress. This is going to take some time, but our forces are well supplied, as the Secretary said, and we are absolutely ready to prosecute this mission decisively. Our combined joint forces have relentlessly destroyed Iran's air defenses over the past few days, and they've continued hunting for more systems to kill. Our air defenders are operating at the very top of their game. I couldn't be prouder, shoulder to shoulder with our partners in the region in many cases, providing the most integrated air defense network in Middle East history. We are fighting to win. Through combined U.S. and Israeli combat power, we will continue decimating Iran's ability to project power outside its borders. And if I can just conclude by saying a strong salute to the brave men and women who are out on the pointy edge of this, really doing exceptional work. I just couldn't be prouder, and I know the American people share in that same pride. So thank you very much.
Absolutely.
It's not going to end.
And with that, we'll take a few
It's not gonna
questions.
end
Yeah, right here.
anytime soon.
Sir, appreciate it. Admiral, I wanted to ask, or Mr. Secretary, the Ukrainian president said today that the U.S. has asked for specific capabilities to deal with Shahid drones, Iranian drones. Can you guys talk about what you asked for, and has there been any surprises from Iranian capabilities that you guys have seen in the past 6 days?
Go ahead.
We're very familiar with Iranian's capabilities, and as you might imagine, we planned for it right from the outset, and I feel good about what the plan was. Like any good organization, we adjust as necessary to meet the environment, and we've made those appropriate adjustments.
Absolutely. Right here.
6 American soldiers dead.
One, was an American pilot shot down today in Iraq? And two, I've heard reports that there's enriched uranium stored in Isfahan. I've also heard reports that there's not a lot of bombing there. Is that on purpose? Do we believe there's enriched uranium there? And would we ever send special forces to secure it?
As CENTCOM pointed out, that those reports of an F-15 being shot down are false. As you can imagine, Iran is doing everything it can to peddle in lies, deception, and inflation of numbers in reality, mostly to propagandize to their own people, right? They've shut down the internet. They're hoping they can convince their own population that they're having success. One thing one of their leaders said recently is that 500 Americans have been killed, they claim. These are lies. The lies will continue. CENTCOM will continue to debunk those lies. So, and as often is the case in conflict, first reports are often wrong. As it pertains to nuclear material and things like that, one of the objectives the president has always said is that Iran will not have a nuclear bomb, nuclear capabilities, but we would never disclose what we will or will not do inside operational plans. So Admiral Cooper's got a plan. We're working that plan, and targets will be struck or not struck according to what we want to achieve. Yeah, right there.
Secretary Hegseth, the president said earlier today in an interview that he would like to have a say in who's the next leader of Iran. Is this an expansion of your military objectives? Do you view it that way? And additionally, you spoke earlier today about how previous leaders have drawn resources from our hemisphere to the Middle East. Mm-hmm. How do you avoid that?
Well, there's no expansion. Ultimately, I think the president's having a heck of a say in who runs Iran, given the ongoing operation we have. So there's no expansion in our objectives. We know exactly what we're trying to achieve. I think today's a great example of what this War Department is capable of doing. I was just in another part of Florida today where we announced, America's counter-cartel conference. 18 countries coming together from Central, South America, and the Caribbean, coming together to fight cartels. That is something that is ongoing. We're focused there. We're focused in the Indo-Pacific. We can mass combat power In CENTCOM, EUCOM is able to support that as well. So we know we're laser focused on our hemisphere and our homeland. That's why we locked down the border. That's why we're working with partners to take on cartels. That's why we're sinking drug boats. That's why we're on the offense there. But the beautiful things about combatant commands is that, Brad Cooper's laser focused on Central Command, just like Frank Donovan is laser focused on Southern Command. We can do both. That's what a global power can do. Ultimately, this issue of Iran's nuclear pursuit and their unwillingness through negotiations to stop it was something President Trump has said for a long time needs to be dealt with. And after 47 years, he's doing something that no other president was willing to do. And we're doing it overwhelmingly, and we're doing it decisively, while also in other parts of the globe having the desired effects. I mean, take, for example, what we displayed yesterday, the Iranian ship in the Indian Ocean, sunk by Indo-PACOM, another combatant command, who coordinated with us in order to make that happen. So America's reach is global. Our focus here, though, these missions are narrow, they're scoped, and Admiral Cooper is well on his way to ensuring that we reach those objectives. Right here, yes, sir.
Howard Allman, both condolences for the troops killed. The Ukrainians are talking about providing low-cost interceptors, given their experience. Is that something that the Pentagon is looking for? And Admiral Cooper, can you walk us through a little bit about how effective the Lucas drones have been, what kind of targets we've hit, and how much that's helped, given that they're low-cost alternatives to the more expensive PLANs?
Go ahead.
Sure. I'm not familiar with the particular offer, but interceptors in general, we've had a number of new capabilities being fielded. Obviously, I'm not going to talk about it from an operational perspective of what those are. But I think you have seen over a period of time us kind of get on the other side of this cost curve on drones in general. If I just walk back a couple of years, you remember what you used to always hear? We're shooting down a $50,000 drone with a $2 million missile. These days, we're spending a lot of time shooting down $100,000 drones with $10,000 weapons from ours. So that's one aspect of it. Lucas, indispensable. As many of you know, and if you don't know, this was an original Iranian drone design. We captured it, pulled the guts out, sent it back to America, put a little Made America on it, brought it back here, and we're shooting it at the Iranians. Good targets.
Good targets. Absolutely. Right there. Yes.
Thank you so much, Secretary. President Trump, in his first speech after the launch of the Operation Epic Fury, he addressed Iranian people and he said that there is going to be a time for you to come out, but it's not now. Stay home. It's not safe.
It's really
I
happening.
want to know if there is a timeline for that.
There's no
that
turning back now.
Iranian people to come out, how that is going to play out, and how are you going to protect the protesters? You know that they're going to be shot probably, as we witnessed in January. That's what happened. How are you going to protect and support the protesters? And Admiral, I have one question for you. How are you going to minimize the civilian harms? We have a lot of evidence that the Basij units, IRGC commanders, they are now gathering in schools, in hospitals, in purely residential areas because their headquarters are bombarded, they are ruined, of course. So how are you going to protect the civilians while you're attacking the IRGC people hard? Thank you.
I would just say on the protests, obviously the Iranian people showed a lot of courage in those protests, and we saw the Iranian regime was revealed for what it is in the way they reacted to that. The world saw that. No one's done more than President Trump to reopen the opportunity for those who want to free Iran to do so. Ultimately, it's common sense, as he said up front. Don't go out and protest while bombs are dropping inside Tehran and elsewhere. So there will come a moment where he determines, or they determine, that it's the time to seize that advantage. But there's a lot of things we're doing and the Israeli military is doing, targeting those individuals who are targeting those who protest. The more you do that and you erode their will and you erode their capabilities, the more you create an opportunity for people to boldly stand up.
Yeah, I would just reinforce the point. We're targeting the people, or we're targeting the headquarters and the people who are targeting the protesters, first and foremost. I'd also just double down on the president's comments that he previously made to the people. Stay in your homes, keep things calm, stay out of the way. There's a lot of U.S. and Israeli capacity coming over. We're hitting a lot of targets. The best thing for them to do for right now is just to lay low.
Right here.
Secretary, one common outcome of American military action
A lot of people
has
is gonna
been
die.
taking in
A
thousands
whole
of
lot of people.
refugees into the American homeland, and I'm wondering if there's any safeguards put in place to make sure that the American people aren't having to have another wave of refugees from the Middle East or anywhere else come and stay here.
I think it's safe to say there's no plan for a wave of new Middle Eastern refugees to the United States of America. I think, as the president has pointed out for a long time, there are a lot of countries in the region who would be capable of providing that kind of support if need be, but that's certainly not something we're planning on. Yep, back there. Yep.
Yes, sir. Michael in Washington Times. I wanted to ask, I know, Semper Gumby is always a truism in the military. Did the British decision to refuse Diego Garcia have any impact on the mission itself? Did you have to adjust, or were you able to just completely, go with the mission without even worrying about that?
Well, as the president stated, it was unfortunate that that the Brits didn't, from day one, say, "Hey, go ahead and have access," but we got there. We got there, and that's now part of the way that we're operationalizing bomber runs. And as part of when we say more to come, it's more fighter squadrons, it's more capabilities, it's more defensive capabilities, and it's more bomber pulses more frequently. The amount of firepower over Iran and over Tehran is about to surge dramatically. And part of it is that we're going to have even more basing. And it's not just the UK. We've had other friends step up, and we're grateful for that. Maybe one more right here.
Yeah, the Azeri president earlier today basically authorized his Minister of Defense to begin preparing troops for some type of retaliatory action after the airport strike. Has the Department of War and CENTCOM been working on deconflicting with the Azeri if they were to move in or attempt something in retaliation?
I'm sure there are plans, and I'll let the Admiral speak to that. But that does allow me to kind of address this idea that the war might be expanding, or there's chaos, and nothing could be further from the truth. If anything, what Iran is doing by targeting allied countries that would otherwise want to stay out of this, they've actually pulled them into the American orbit. So now you've got UAE and Qatar and Bahrain and Saudi and Kuwait and others saying, "Hey, we're with you. We'll shoot with you. We'll fly with you. We'll defend with you. We'll allow you more basing and other a lot of which we can't talk about and won't talk about. But it's actually firming up the unity of the resistance in order to focus exactly where we need to. So this idea that it's expanding or going, no, it's actually simplifying in a number of ways exactly what we need to achieve and how we'll achieve it. I don't know if you anything
I
to add to that.
I won't get ahead of policy in terms of what we might do. What I will point out is this is now the 12th country that Iran has attacked. 12 countries, and it goes right back to the Secretary's point. Those 12 countries are none too happy, and I look forward to working with all the partners who are willing to join us in this.
And I would just close by saying,
Mr. Secretary, one more question. What is your message to Americans who are concerned about security here at home with the change-up that we're going to see at the Department of Homeland Security?
well, I think Kristi Noem did an excellent job over there securing our border and keeping us focused on threats, and the President making a change. We all serve at the pleasure of the President. I'm sure Mark Wayne Mullen will do a fantastic job. He's been a friend of mine for a long time. But Kristi did a great job setting us up for success. So I don't have any concerns about whether or not the homeland will be covered down on. And I'll just end by saying I wish every American could get a chance to see what we see. I had a chance to go into the control room, into the Tactical Operations Center, go see these young men and women that are doing this, the dedication that they show at every level, the way they've refined their craft. I'm talking to a young colonel who's iterating on how we target and how we find and fix different aspects of what the Iranians are trying to do. If they don't know what they're up against. And if they think they've got it solved for, they're wrong. And ultimately, the combination of our ingenuity, the skill, the professionalism, the discipline, and then the sheer weight of the capabilities of the U.S. military, what you're going to see may look routine. It may start to be like, oh, another boat. Oh, another launcher. Oh, another drone facility. What it takes to do this with the precision that we do is world-class. No one else can do it. And it's world-class Americans. Like the ones I saw here, like the ones that are coming home that we're going to greet home, that are the engine of what makes our country great. And so I'm so grateful for folks like those here at CENTCOM at Central.
I'll be honest, man. More people gonna die, man. A lot more people is going to die, clear as day. And I hope it don't hit the U.S. soil. That's all I'm asking for. That's all man. World War III, ladies and gentlemen. World War III. I understand that we have the best army in the world. I understand that we have the most lethal weapons in the world. But we really here trying to blow up Iran right now. Trying to blow up their whole spot. And we doing it without even really using our troops. We doing it by using other people's troops. They're using our weapons, but we're using their troops. So it's not really affecting America like that, which is a good thing. It's a good thing that it's not affecting America, but in reality, it is going to affect us. It is going to affect us eventually, whether we like it or not. But let me know y'all thoughts about this down in the comments below. I really like to know y'all thoughts. Let me get into the last subjects, man, because I gotta get on out of here, man. I gotta get some sleep for the morning. Gotta be up early. I was going to do the woman that got arrested for the murder of the two girls, but found another video in Philadelphia of a man shot and killed after an argument. So we gonna tune into that, man, and let's see what's going on out here in these streets. And then we got one more video after that. One more video about the recent video I just posted about how it was a rape victim, a 12-year-old rape victim, three teenagers that are ones that raped them. So we're gonna cover that after this one though. But let's tune into the video, see what's going on out here in these streets.
An argument, according to police, led to a deadly shooting in Northeast Philadelphia. Tonight, we are seeing the moments that led up to this shooting and learning more about the victim. Action News reporter Becca Hendrickson covering the story live for us now at police headquarters with the latest on the investigation. Becca.
Shari, that victim is 35-year-old Vizwani Brown, and sources tell me the victim and the shooter knew each other. They started arguing inside of that corner store. They took it outside, and that's where it turned deadly. In front of surveillance cameras, a shooter pulls out a gun and fires through this car's passenger door and window. The victim is in the driver's seat. This as more cars drive by. The shooter then runs away. It happened just after 7 Wednesday night in front of this corner store on Summerdale McGee Avenues in Northeast Philadelphia. The store's owner, Jose Espinal, was coming back to work and came up on the shooter and victim, who police identified as 35-year-old Vizwani Brown, arguing. He says he tried to tell them life is good and attempted to defuse the argument before walking into his store. But the violence escalated outside, and the suspect pulled out his gun.
The shooter walks up to the passenger side
and
fires at least 3 shots through the passenger side door window and door.
Police were on the scene within 5 minutes and found the victim.
He was conscious. Police picked him up, rushed him to Jefferson Tarsdale Hospital, where doctors worked on him. He was pronounced dead.
Police were back on the scene Thursday, canvassing the neighborhood. Espinal says he knew Brown. He was a father who lived in the neighborhood, and he feels for those children. We've also learned that police did recover a gun at the scene, but it back registered to the victim. They have not at this point recovered the suspect's gun or made any arrests. Live here at police headquarters, Becca Hendrickson, Channel 6, Action News.
People can't control their emotions, bro. There's a lot of unstable minds out here in these streets with weapons. Like this stuff is so demonic. It's so evil, bro. Damn. Now this man don't got it. Now this man's daughter gotta grow up without a father because they got into an argument at a convenience store. Like seriously, bro. Like Now you on the run and you gonna get locked up eventually, and your life is gonna go away. Hey, y'all are crash out dummies, bro. This is crash out dummy behavior. Y'all ain't got nothing else to live for, bro. Y'all ain't got kids. Y'all ain't got a family at the crib. Y'all ain't got a job. Y'all ain't got a career. Like y'all ain't got people to take care of. Like, what's going on with you, bro? Seriously, bro. He clearly was walking away. He got in his car. He was about to drive off. He said, you know what? It's not worth it. It's not worth it. We all understand what he was trying to do. He was like, you know, I'm out of here, bro. We got into this little argument, but I'm out of here. But nah, this hothead had to pull out a gun and had to shoot him to death. Ain't no argument worth me going to jail for, or worth me dying for. Ain't no argument. Like, you could do, you would have to put your hands on me for me to, you would have to really disrespect me for me to want to do. But seriously, like, we trying to make it. We trying to make it home. We gotta do better, people, man. Honestly, man. I know it's hard out there. Like, times is rough. People going through a lot of stuff mentally. But we gotta do better. We gotta do better. Honestly, like, this is sad behavior, bro. Sad behavior. This man had kids. This man was leaving. Unbelievable. Let me know y'all thoughts about this down in the comments below, man. I really like to know y'all thoughts. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. Real talk. Now, this is wild, bro. Like, every day, there's something to talk about. Some knucklehead, some crash out, some dummy does the unthinkable. Does the unthinkable. And crashes out like that. And wastes their life. Takes somebody else's life. Unbelievable, man. But we're going to get into the last subject of the night. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit that like button. I appreciate y'all. Real talk. Y'all been, we had a good show. We had a good live this time, man. You know, we back. We back with episode number 1 of season number 3. Well, we going to get this last one out the way. This was about a girl who had gotten raped by 3 teenagers, and one of the moms of the teenagers is saying that her son is innocent and he ain't do nothing to this girl. So let's tune into the video. We covered this not too long ago on this channel. I don't know if y'all watched that video, but it's up now. This is the aftermath. Let's tune into the video, see what's going on.
Well, court was brief today, but afterwards, emotions were running high with one of the families of the boys being charged as an adult.
It's not true. He's on 12.
That's the mother of 12-year-old Josiah Jones screaming at anyone who would listen after today's court hearing as her son faces charges as an adult in a case involving the rape of a 12-year-old girl.
I don't care if they get 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, 100 years. Guess what? I'm going to always feel like, as a mother, as a woman, I'm going to always feel like it's not enough.
The girl's mother speaking to Local 10 recently saying she just wants justice for her daughter. According to police, the girl was leaving a friend's home when she encountered the boys near a community garden in Overtown. Investigators allege 13-year-old Nelson Nunez raped her, while 12-year-old Josiah Jones and Xavier Tyson, who was 14 at the time, restrained her. Police say Jones put rocks in her mouth to stop her from screaming. All 3 boys are being charged as adults. The victim says it went on for about 30
Teens
minutes,
charged
and
at
the boys
adults.
stopped when they heard her father calling her name. In court today, attorneys for 2 of the 3 boys arrested in this case formally entered not guilty pleas, requested jury trials, and invoked discovery requiring prosecutors to turn over all evidence. They also argued their clients, Jones and Nunez, should not be in adult jail.
At this point, you know, you have a 13-year-old kid sitting in jail, and me and I think my co-counsel, the lawyer for the co-defendant, we both will be fighting hard to get our clients out of jail.
As for Jones's father, he tells us the allegations against his son are not true.
A young black man that was visiting Miami and was with the wrong 2 kids, a 15 and a 14-year-old. My son is 12 years old and has a father that takes care of him. These allegations are bogus.
Saying that it's
Now,
not
the
true.
judge did schedule a status hearing for March 18th. We'll continue to stay on top of this case and update you with any new developments. For now, reporting live in Miami, I'm Isabella Martin, Local 10 News.
It's just a horrifying story for all the families.
And obviously, they are going to get to the bottom of this. People, we are going to really understand what happened, and you know, not the extreme details, but we're gonna get to the bottom of it, and they're gonna give the sentencing to each kid appropriately. Do I believe all of them should be getting charged as an adult? That one's a little bit of a stretch. They're young teenage boys that have, you know, I'm not saying that they're not in the wrong, obviously, but they're young kids, and they should be treated as such. Now, I could feel and I can understand the pain of the mother and the father, and you know, those in the courtroom that are probably feeling some type of way about this too as well. I mean, you don't want this stuff to happen to your daughter. I would want violence afterwards. So I understand, like, if they're like, nah, lock them all up, give them all 100 years and let them die behind bars. But it doesn't seem like 2 of them really tried to rape her. I don't know if they tried to. Obviously, one did for sure, but they might not get as severe as a punishment, is what I'm saying, as the main culprit, which would be well deserved. Well deserved. You can't be out here. I don't care who you think you are. You can't be out here trying to take advantage of girls, little girls like this. I don't care what age you are. Obviously, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It can't happen. It shouldn't be happening. Just common sense. But obviously, you know, we live in an evil world and people do evil and wicked things. And it's sad. It's really sad to see this happening to people. They're just throwing their lives away. That's what you see a lot on the streets. You see a lot on the news, like people just constantly just throwing their lives away for nothing, for absolutely nothing. And it's really, really sad, man. Nobody won out of this situation. Nobody looks good. Nobody's gonna recover from this. Like, once you get out of prison, no matter how much years they give you, they're probably gonna get plus 10 years plus. They're gonna be adults by the time they get out, and they're gonna realize how much time went past, how much time they wasted for something that could have been completely avoidable. Completely avoidable. Unless they just got a missing screw up there in the head, and you know, this is just the way life was supposed to go for them. But like, this stuff is avoidable. All right, you ain't that pressed, you ain't that horny that you need to be out here taking advantage of women. Like, it's disgusting behavior. But anyways, let me know y'all thoughts down below. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope that they get to the bottom of this, and we will definitely stay in tune to make sure that we bring you this news. Thank you guys again for tuning in. It's your boy Dgotsauce. Hit that like button for your boy, man. Hit that like button for your boy. It was a pleasure coming back. First episode. A lot of you guys came in. Some people said what up. Some people just left a like. Some people just watched. I appreciate every single one of y'all that chose to come support the channel, man. We gonna grow. We gonna grow. We gonna keep growing. We gonna keep getting bigger. And we not gonna stop. One thing I do want to do is find a actual routine, and I don't want to say like a schedule. That's what I want to get. I want to get an actual schedule to where, okay, we know we going live at this time, these days, so y'all can, so we can actually build a community and something for people to tune into at a certain time of the day or a certain time of the night, where to just relax and kick back, and we can all kick it in the chat and talk our talk and talk our trash and react to these videos together, man. Thank you. It's really a pleasure. It feels good to be back. Got a lot of work to do, a lot of souls to talk to. We got a lot of stuff to cover. One brick at a time. Brick at a time, man. Don't get there. Thank you again for tuning in. Hit that like button on your way out. Until next time, man, hit that subscribe button too. It's your boy Dgotsauce, man.